Hi, my name is Veronica Eves. I'm a student at UTPL University, trying to obtain my degree in education to be an English teacher. One of my assignments is listening and speaking, and I was tasked for Bimester 2 to conduct an interview to 5 students to obtain their perception on homework, on the load of homework they receive from school. On doing this, I've conducted an interview on 5 students at the ages of around 16 through 12 years old, mainly high school students. And in summary, I think these students were very good students because basically their general perception was that they feel that their homework has been sent in a quite right amount, not too little nor too much. I think these students have been able to, or have learned to administer correctly their time, and they've been able to accomplish their homework on time and to finish in order to have other activities or to perform other activities that they'd like to do, for example, sports and other interests, not only on taking care of school. I did have a student who told me that, basically, the majority never felt overloaded with the homework. And one of the students told me that even though he had felt overloaded, he had never complained or told the teacher because, or even spoke, he's complained with his parents, but he never actually did anything because he felt that homework was his responsibility and that it was his need to finish it or accomplish it, whatever it took. I mean, even though if he had to stay late or anything, but he thought that he needed to. He thought that the homework was one of his responsibilities, and basically there's not much that he could do by complaining. Again, I think my students were pretty well organized with their homework. Most of my students mentioned that their teachers did a really good job on balancing their homework and their study. This never became an obstacle for them during the evenings or on weekends. The majority told me that they try to finish or accomplish their homework within the week, so they had their weekends totally free, able to do anything they wanted and not hooked to doing homework or completing other responsibilities from school. This was a very interesting task because I was able to see that children nowadays take care of their responsibilities, even though they have a lot of other activities, and I know the internet takes a lot of their time. The social medias and the social networks takes a lot of their time, but mainly I saw that they were pretty much responsible and organized. One interesting thing that I found on my students was that one of them mentioned that using the internet a lot as a tool where they can post books or materials and homework and clear instructions. So you can tell nowadays that our children are very dependent on the internet and really are interested in using it as a tool for school. In conclusion, again, I think that my students are at least the ones that I was able to interview, were pretty much organized and did mostly really never felt overloaded with homework. For them, homework was never a main problem. And even though the complexity of the homework, they have been able to accomplish it and look for tools to complete the responsibilities. I guess that's what I can say about this interview. It was interesting to interact with the students from high school, And once again, I look forward to becoming a teacher and being able to administer homework in the future. Thank you. Hi, Andrea. How are you?
Hi, Vera. Great.
I'd like to interview you to know your perception about homework at school. Okay. Um, how much time do you spend on homework and study each evening?
So it actually depends. If I have a big homework like projects or studying for a big exam, I would take for 4 to 5 hours.
Okay.
And if it's a small homework like math problems or something like that, maybe 1 to 2 hours.
Okay, great. How many hours do you spend on homework and study on weekends?
So during weekends, I prioritize my homework to do it during the week. So at weekends, I have more time to do anything left. So maybe 1 hour, 1 hour and a half.
Okay, great. 1 hour or 1 hour and a half. Okay. Do you feel you have enough time to do the things that you enjoy doing or need to do other than study or complete homework?
Yeah, I think I have a lot of time to complete some things because being in 12th grade has a lot of responsibilities like applying to college, and I think that's something important. So yeah, those are things I want to do, and I try to have time, so I try to balance the time between homework and doing the things that I really want to do. So yeah.
So as you are in a higher grade, maybe you've been able to acquire experience in
Yeah.
balancing your time and your homework and your responsibilities.
Yeah, that's something you learn because when you are going to high school, you don't know how to organize your time, and you will have a lot of homework at the end, and you will be all stressed out. But then, as you grow up, you know how to balance your time between doing the things you like and homework.
In the earlier ages, how did you feel about that? About being stressed out and not being able to manage your time?
Actually, yeah, it was very stressful because I had a lot of activities like going to play tennis or maybe reading a book or spending time with my family, and I had to do a lot of homework because I didn't know how to manage my time, so I would get really stressed down at the end of Sunday afternoon night. I would really try to complete my homework, and then the results, my grades would not be as good as I want them to be.
Okay, okay, great. That's good to know. Homework should account for what total percentage of your overall grade?
I think it should count between 20 to 25 because that's like a fourth of the actual grade you're receiving, because homework is just reviewing the things you learn, but in an easier way, because for example, having exams, that's something you really have to use your knowledge without using help from your parents or from older brother or sister or internet, for example. So there are easier ways to practice what you learn, so it's not that important. So maybe a fourth of the grade is fine.
Oh, for me, I think that's a lot. 25% is a good percentage. Do you feel that you are expected to do too little homework, about the right amount of homework, or too much homework?
Yeah, as I said before, when you're in 12th grade, I think teachers know that you have to apply to college, so they will set the right amount of homework, so you're not stressed out with applying to college or doing extracurricular. So yeah, they know how stressful it is being in 12th grade, so they know it's okay not to give that a lot of homework but not little, because they're trying to prepare you to go to college and realize that it's hard, it's not easy, so they try to prepare you, but they also want you to have a good last year in school.
So you think teachers may be balanced out according to the calendar year, the school calendar?
Yeah, so they know when we have final exams and when colleges require application, so they know when to send more homework and when to send less homework, and it's always balanced. You never feel that stress.
Okay, great. So you think it's more the teacher's responsibility,
Yeah,
on helping you.
mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Do you feel homework assignments are too hard for you to complete?
Actually, I think that depends on you. If you pay attention, then you will be able to complete the homework because teachers want you to complete to apply the things that you have learned. So if you pay attention, if you work hard in class, then you will be able to complete. But sometimes teachers don't finish a lesson and they send something that you have not learned before, or they expect you to learn without actually learning that in class. So maybe they forgot or they don't know if you actually learned that in class. And you might get confused because you have never seen that before, but that's because you didn't have time in class or you weren't paying attention. It's like have responsibility in that thing.
Okay, so the key thing is to pay attention in class.
Yeah, if you pay attention, then you will be fine. It's homework. You already saw that, so it's okay. It's fine.
So that's what has helped you believe or feel that your homework assignments haven't been so hard.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay, great. In the past, if you ever felt overloaded with homework assignments, did you ever talk to your teacher?
Yeah, I have talked with them, and some of them have been really polite, and they say, okay, yeah, you're right, maybe we should reduce the homework. But then other teachers would say, no, I think this is the correct thing. College will be hard. The teachers there will not tell you, okay, yeah, less homework. No, so they try to prepare you for later. So yeah, maybe they will say no because they want you to be ready for what comes next. That is not that easy. It's hard.
So you feel, so you have approached your teachers,
Yeah.
and depending on the teacher.
Yeah, depending on the teacher.
Okay. Okay. What could teachers do to improve the homework process? Check all that apply. So please read out loud which ones you choose. Okay.
Okay. So teachers should make sure I understand the homework because that will get me to make it easier and make it faster. Give clear instructions to students about homework, same reasons. Also give assignments further in advance of the due date so that we can have more time and we're not stressed out. Give students more than 1 day to complete assignment, same reason. Also make assignments accessible from home by use of the classroom website. I think internet is a great tool, so we should use it more. And also let students know how homework is graded and what percentage of the grade it accounts for. It's easier to know which homework to prioritize if we know which has is more important in our grades.
Okay, excellent. Well, thank you very much on that. You're a straight A student, so you've been able to manage your homework well.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the interview.
You're welcome.
Okay, can you help me turn off the video? Thank you. Hello, Juan Daniel. How are you?
Hi there, I'm really good. How are you?
This time I'm going to interview you about your perception about homework at school.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so I have some questions for you. And first, how much time do you spend on homework and study each evening?
Each evening, well, about, I don't know, it's a lot, about 5 to 6 hours. Yeah, about that much time.
Okay.
If it's more, like sometimes 8 or 10, it's a lot of homework sometimes.
But an average of about 5 or 6 hours, right?
Yeah, it's an average of 5 to 6, yeah.
Okay. How many hours do you spend on homework and study on weekends?
Well, on weekends, I spend about 1 or 2 hours because I get all my homework done in the week, so I don't have homework for the weekends, and in case there is, I do it in about an hour or 2.
Excellent. Okay. Do you feel you have enough time to do the things that you enjoy doing or need to do other than study or complete homework?
Well, lately I've not had that time to do the things that I enjoy the most because homework has been a little bit, like it has taken over my daily activities and it has replaced them with homework. So it's been a little bit, complicated to do the things that I like doing playing my sport or doing outside of school activities because of the homework that I'm given at school.
Okay. So you have less time to do things that you enjoy.
Yeah.
Okay. In regards to homework should account for what total percentage of your overall grade? What do you think about that?
I think about 11 to 25%, since homework, it's yeah, it's important to do it because it reinforces your understanding, but it's not that important. Like there are things that are more important, such as quizzes or projects that should take over, like or tests that should take over more percentage, more like 100% than it.
Okay, great. Do you feel that you are expected to do too little homework, or probably about the right amount of homework, or too much homework? What do you feel about the
Can I
amount?
choose one in between? Because I think it's about a lot of homework, like too much homework, but also the right amount. Because sometimes some classes do give you the amount of homework that is you're expected to do because you need to do it in order to reinforce your understanding.
Okay.
But some classes don't actually give that, like they give a lot of homework. That I think it's not necessary.
Okay.
Because sometimes, yeah, I get the subject I can reinforce at home, but you don't need to give me 100 exercises about the thing. I already understood. Like, don't need to give me 100 exercises. I can do 10 or 20, and I'm good.
Okay, great. Okay. Do you feel homework assignments are too hard for you to complete?
They're not hard. What they are long. They're not complicated at all. Like they are easy to understand, but they are really long. They take a lot of my time. They are like they're big in longevity, and it's really complicated to handle your time when there's a lot of exercises to do. That they are pretty easy to do. So yeah, it takes a lot of your time.
Okay, so not hard, but long.
But long.
In the past, if you ever felt overloaded with homework assignment, did you talk to your teacher?
No. So like I've done it, but nothing has happened. So it's like the teachers would laugh at you and be like, "Yeah, that's life. Get over it."
Okay.
So yeah.
So at first you did, but
I
later
I know, yeah. Like I
just let it
realize
go.
it has no like meaning to do because at the end of the day, it's just gonna be yeah, it's life. It's gonna be hard.
Okay.
Go ahead and do your homework.
Okay. Well, what could teachers do to improve the homework process? I have a few sentences here,
Okay.
and I'd like you to read out the ones that you choose, okay? So the question is, what could teachers do to improve the homework process?
Okay, perfect.
So you read out loud which ones you choose, okay?
Okay, so one of the main reasons should be make sure I understand the homework.
Okay, can you check the
Yeah, of course.
first box? Thank
Here?
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
There.
Make sure I understand the homework.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give clear instructions to students about homework because if you don't understand, you're not going to be able to do the homework.
Okay.
Give assignments further in advance of the due dates in order to have time management.
Okay.
Let know how homework is graded and what percentage of the grade is it accounts for.
Okay.
In order to know what to prioritize and then what to do later.
Excellent. So you've been able to manage your homework pretty well, yeah, from what I've listened. I've heard.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to manage.
Great. Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Vera.
Okay. Can you turn it off?
Hello, Jose Vicente. Thank you for accepting this interview.
Hello, Veronica. You're welcome.
I'd like to ask you about your perception about homework.
Okay.
What grade are you in?
I'm in 10th grade.
10th grade. Okay. In regards to homework, how much time do you spend on it and study each evening?
Each evening I spend a promedio of
An average?
an average. Sorry, of 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours on homework and study
Yes.
altogether. Okay. How many hours do you spend on homework and study on weekends?
An average of 1 hour.
1 hour. Okay. How many hours do you spend on homework? Oh, I'm sorry. I already asked you that. 4. Do you feel you have enough time to do the things that you enjoy doing or you need to do other than just study and complete homework?
Yes, I think so.
Yes?
Yes.
Why? Why do you think you have enough time to do that?
Well, like I start working fast.
I come from school, go to do sports, and then I come back. So it's like 6 in the afternoon. So I need to do the homework fast in order to do other things. So I start doing and do it fast.
Okay, so in the afternoon you also do some sports
Yes.
in combination to your homework and
Yes.
study.
Yes.
Okay. And you have time because you do your homework and your responsibilities quickly. You perform them quickly.
Yes, I think so. Yes.
Okay. Now, how much, as far as homework, homework should account for what total percentage of the total grade? What percentage do you think
I
it should be?
think between 11 and 25%.
Okay. Do you feel that you are expected to do too little homework? About the right amount of homework or a lot of homework, too much homework?
Well, I think it's not the amount of homework, but it's the quality of it. I think I'm expected to do little homework and like not very quality homework.
Oh, okay. So you're expected to do a high quality,
Yes.
but not as much.
No.
So do you think that would be about the right amount of?
Yes, I think the correct amount of homework will be like a good quality homework and the right, like no, not too big and not too short.
Okay, not too much and not too little. So you think you're doing now that amount, not too much nor not too little.
No, I think too little. Too
Too
little
little
amount
homework?
of homework.
So you think you should be doing more homework?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Now, my next question: why do you think you're doing so little homework? Why?
Because there's a new method in our school, so you do like homework in school. Let's put that way, but I don't like it. So, but in my opinion, that's why.
So you prefer to do homework at the house?
Yes.
And not work a lot at school?
I prefer learning at school and practicing the knowledge
At home.
and
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, now, do you feel homework assignments are too hard for you to complete?
like I said before, I think there are, depending on the homeworks, like sometimes they are very easy and sometimes they're a little hard, but there's an average of like um, easy homework.
So you think it's not too hard, and you think it's because it depends on the subject matter. It depends if it's science or it's math or it's.
No,
literature.
not really. I
Not
think
really?
no.
So
I
you think in general you think that homework is easy?
Yes.
Okay. In the past, if you've ever felt overloaded with homework assignment, did you talk to your teacher?
No.
No, never?
No.
Have you ever felt overloaded with homework?
Yes.
Yes. So what have you done? You just finished or accomplished your homework?
I just work.
Okay. And you've never complained then?
Like I complain, but what can I do?
Who do you complain with? The teacher?
With my mom,
Oh, okay.
with me, with my partners,
Okay.
but I still do it. Like there's
Okay.
nothing to do.
Okay. Have you why haven't you talked to your teacher?
Because like why would I talk to my teacher if I see it wouldn't change anything?
You feel it wouldn't change anything?
Yes.
Okay.
And a teacher's responsibility is to send homework. Like
Okay. If
why would I complain if it's what it's supposed to be?
either if it's too little or a lot,
Yes.
and you just think that even though you feel overloaded, you should perform it and accomplish it.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. In your mind, what could teachers do to improve the homework process?
Well,
I have a list of options. What have you thought that they could do to improve the homework process?
well, first of all, when the teacher sends homework, if a student have a question, the student may ask to understand better the question.
Okay.
The homework. Sorry.
Okay. So make sure I understand the homework. That would be
Yes.
one. Okay.
Provide a copy of the textbook to keep at home. Like for example, um, that the textbook should be in the web, in the internet,
Okay.
like a platform, like in web.
Like in the cloud, maybe.
Yes.
A book in the cloud.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's say Google Classroom, for example,
Oh.
where teachers could put textbooks by taking photos. Is not
Not good enough.
not difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So it will be like good. It will help improve our knowledge by working in the homework, like learning
Okay.
and practicing.
Okay.
Another thing is like give clear instructions, like I said before. If there's any question that the students ask, and that the instructions aren't like that hard, like they're synthesized.
Mm-hmm.
And like not right now, but I think in little kids, it would be good if the teachers would give them amount of time for each homework,
Okay.
so they learn to organize themselves.
Okay.
But
So you think the teacher should tell you, okay, this is the homework, and you should use probably 30 minutes on this? Is that what
yes,
you're saying?
like
Okay.
if the student like takes more time, that is a student's problem. But like to organize
Okay.
himself.
But the teacher should let you know more or less how much time
Yes.
he or she should spend. Okay. Students should spend. Okay.
Like I think some homeworks are being made for one day to another, but there are homeworks like let's say an 80 math exercises.
Mm-hmm.
That would be like
From one day to another, that would be too much.
no, like from Tuesday to Friday. Let's say if the homework is too like hard and long,
Mm-hmm.
it would be better to take more days to do it.
Okay.
But there are homeworks that are very easy and could be made for one day to another.
Be done in
Yes,
a lesser time. Okay, so you think it's worthy that teachers give you enough time in advance for you to finish or accomplish difficult homework?
Depending on the homework. Yes.
Okay, great. Have you thought of anything else?
Like I said before, like we're in a modern world, and nowadays part of education is done with the new technologies.
Mm-hmm.
It would be good that the assignments are posted in a platform, internet platform, so you can organize yourself. You can get the worksheet, you can get the information. It would be like a complete assignment.
Okay.
Where you don't have no doubts you know exactly what you have to do, when you have to do it, so you start doing.
Okay, so there's no mistakes when writing down the homework, but you have it on the internet and it's all written there, so you can't make any mistakes as far as when are the deadlines and exactly what you have to investigate and perform on the homework, right?
Yes, and I think it's more easy because
It's
nowadays
easier.
yes, it's easier because nowadays with the new technologies you could do it like in the phone.
Mm-hmm.
If you're so little, you can do it in your phones, in your mother's phone,
Mm-hmm.
anytime, anywhere.
Okay. Okay, great. Okay, well, thank you so much for
Um,
answering. Oh, you have one more?
yes, and the last one, that teachers give like the percentage of the overall um, homework takes.
Okay, so you'd like to know, for example, in advance how much that homework will be, what percentage it will take on the overall grade. Is that what you're
Yes,
saying? Okay, okay. You would like to know that in advance.
yes, like 25%.
Okay.
I would know it.
Would that make any difference on your performance with the homework? I mean, if you have a homework that it's only 5%,
Yes,
would you give it less important, significant?
no,
Would it be less significant, or what?
I think it's a way you um you get better grades because let's say it's like test take 25%, and the same as homework. If you get wrong at tests really bad, you can like um
Do like
yes,
additional assignments.
no, uh, work harder in homeworks to take better grades and compensate the bad grades. So
Okay, I
just
see what you're saying.
yes,
Okay, great. Is that all?
yes,
Okay, great. Well, thank you once again for this interview and letting me know what your perception is on homework. Okay, thank you. Thank you for accepting this interview, for helping me with it. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Okay, so basically what I'm going to ask her is your perception about homework in school, okay? And my first question is, well, actually, what grade are you in?
I'm in 5th grade.
5th grade, okay. How much time do you spend on homework and study each evening?
On homework, I spend like 40 minutes
Okay,
on homework and studying. It also depends if I have any exam or that. If I have any exam, I spend 1 hour with 30 minutes.
okay, an hour and 30 minutes when you have to study.
Yes.
Okay. How many hours do you spend on homework and study on the weekends?
I don't, my teachers don't send me homework on Friday, so I actually don't.
Great, okay. Do you feel you have time to do the things that you enjoy doing or need to do, other than just
Yes.
study or do homework?
Yes, because I always have time organized on how I do it, and also if I stay too too late doing homework, I don't stop doing it, even though it's like 10 p.m. and I don't like when I finish it, I just go to sleep. I don't just go to play anything.
Oh, okay. So when you have to do homework, you spend
Yes.
all your time on that,
And
then
I
you have time
have-
for other things.
Yes.
The next day.
Yes, sorry, I have to wait the time that I have for playing or that I do it to do the homework.
Okay, good. Okay, finishes so he has time. Okay. Now, homework should account for what total percentage of the overall grade? What do you think about that?
Goes from like 10 to 25%.
Okay.
Of the
You think that's what
Yes.
should compound the percentage? Okay. Do you feel that you are expected to do too little homework, or just the right amount of homework, or too much homework?
I think right now it's
just the right amount of homework. Right now in 5th grade.
Okay. You never feel like you're overstressed or overloaded?
No.
Okay, excellent. Now, do you feel homework assignments are too hard for you to complete?
Sometimes yes, sometimes more. Sometimes I don't like understand it too much, and it makes a little difficult. But there are times that it's kind of easy, very easy.
Okay, so sometimes you think it's
Yes.
okay. In the past, if you ever felt you're overloaded with homework assignments, did you talk to your teacher?
I don't remember if I ever had overloaded because the teachers have it all organized in some way.
Okay, great. Teachers also, same like your brother, they have been able to balance out
Yes.
correctly. Okay. What could teachers do to improve the homework process?
And so here, I think they should make sure I have written down the homework.
Okay.
And also make sure I understand the homework. Like if I don't understand, they can get me like 10% out of the note, but they can teach it to me, and then they can let me do it again for the next day, and only have
okay.
10.
Okay.
Yes. Also, give clear instructions to students, almost the same as the last, to give like they don't just give the homework, and they have to like make the students know what their homework is.
Okay. Okay. And anything else?
Give assignments further in advance of the due date. Like if the assignment is too long, maybe they could do it for the next 3 days.
Okay.
And if it's like if you could do it in 1 day, they can let it for the next day.
Okay. Well, that's what most of my interviewees have said, that prefer that the teacher give them in advance,
So
a couple of days in advance. Okay.
they can let students know how homework is in grades and what percentage of the grade it accounts for.
Okay.
Like in grades, they can like let you know how many of the note it can make you get up or get down. The note.
Go higher,
or
lower. Okay.
No, there are only that 5.
And that 5 points. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Emiliana.
Yes, you're welcome.
Hello, Gabriel. How are you?
Good, really good.
I'm glad. Thank you for helping with this interview.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I have some questions. Basically, it's in regards to your perception about homework, okay? So my first question is, how much time do you spend on homework and study each evening?
Well, right now I think it depends because like teachers give me homework, but it's not that like they give me, I don't know, you have 30 minutes to complete this homework, but they tell me like, I don't know, you can do it in 1 hour and a half or in 10 minutes. And to study, depending, but if I have a test, I do study a lot. I also make my mom give me a little mini test about what I studied, so that I'm good for the test. And then for homework, I prefer to do it like when I come home, before eating, before doing anything, I do homework.
Okay.
And then, well, sometimes I eat before, and then sometimes I eat after I do the homework. Depends.
Okay. And you know what, Gabriel, I forgot to ask you, what grade are you in?
On 7th.
7th grade. Okay. So basically you spend about an hour and a half,
Yeah.
more or less,
Yeah,
each evening? Yeah, each afternoon?
Depends on the homework.
Okay, great. How many hours do you spend on homework or study on weekends, for example?
Depends. Like right now, on this weekend, maybe because I was feeling bad and low, maybe I have to catch up on a little on some things. But I think maybe on weekends and like the teacher really needs to, they don't give homework.
Okay.
Maybe I do need to study right now because I have trimestrals. So maybe on weekends, like this month, I will study.
Okay. And more or less, what time would you spend? Are you planning to spend?
1 hour completely, not like 1 hour straight,
Okay.
but maybe 30 minutes of studying and then the other day another 30 minutes or something like that.
Okay, great. Okay. Do you feel you have enough time to do things that you enjoy doing or need to do?
Yeah, I have really.
Other than just studying or completing homework? You
I
have
do a
enough
lot
time?
of sports. So
Oh, great.
first I do sports or whether I have after school, and then I go and do homework and then read.
Okay, so you feel you do have enough
Yeah,
time?
I have time.
Okay. Now, as far as percentages, how homework should account for what total percentage of your overall grade, of your grade?
I think that's a little difficult, but in my school I think it was 20%, or
Okay.
25, something like that. I think it should count a little more.
Oh, you
like
think it should?
about 30% or 35.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because like homework is really important, so that you don't like learn things on school, but then you don't remember the next day. So I think homework is pretty important.
Oh, okay, okay. Do you feel that you are expected to do too little homework, about the right amount of homework, or too much homework?
For me, I think it's the right amount.
Okay.
But I think it also depends on the person, because maybe someone takes, like I already said, I think on the first question, 1 hour and a half, and then the other might take 20 minutes, or maybe if it's a math homework, some would be difficult for me, but then science, it would be a little bit easier, so it depends on the person.
So you're a science student.
Yeah.
You like science, okay. So you do about the right amount of homework then, right? Okay. Now, the next question would be, okay, you just answered that. The next question was why you think you have the right amount of homework. And then, do you feel homework assignments are too hard for you to complete?
Not really.
Not really.
Like teachers send pretty easy assignments, like not the easiest assignments, because like we're going to see 1+1, but I think like teachers know what to send so that you can do it in about 1 hour or 1 hour and a half.
Okay. Organize correctly or balance out homework.
Yes.
Okay. In the past, if you ever felt overloaded with homework assignment, did you talk to the teacher? If you felt that she had sent you too much homework?
Maybe. I don't remember a lot, but I think maybe one time, I don't know. But I normally talk to my parents or to my mom when I feel stressed about homework, or when I think it's too much or something. I talk to my dad and my mom.
Okay. So you go through your parents to talk to the teacher. Okay. Okay. So that leaves us to the last question. What could teachers do to improve the homework process? And I'll give you the list of ideas and let me know which ones you think apply.
Okay, so well, I think some teachers do this on my school. Not everyone, but I think they should do it. Is make sure you have written down the homework.
Okay. Okay. Let me mark this one.
And also make sure that you understand the homework.
Okay. Okay, right here. Great. Okay.
And I think maybe give students a copy
in advance.
Like maybe not on paper, but on the internet, so you can print it if you forget or something.
Okay. Printable. Easy access, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So basically, you don't feel you've been stressed with homework? No.
For me, not. Maybe for some people, yes. but for me not.
Okay, and the amount is enough?
Well, yeah, enough.
And you think homework is important?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
because it helps you remember the things that you have learned in school.
Excellent. Okay, very good. Thank you so much, Gabriel.
You're welcome.
Okay.